Hey, how are you guys? It is Harrison Barron from Growth Generators. Now, in this video, I want to actually share with you guys what is content marketing, how does it work, can you do it yourself, and ultimately, is it really worth investing your money into? Well, essentially, content marketing is allowing you to be found on Google, right? Super generic, I know, but essentially, people love doing research online. They search billions of queries every single day. What is a query? A query is just simply you typing into Google, hey, why is the sky blue? Or what is a promotional product? Or what kind of IT company do I want? Whatever it may be, people are typing this into Google all day, every day. And without realizing it, most people are actually doing research typically for a purpose or to solve a problem that they're having, right? That is really the core of people going on Google. Chances are pretty good if they're not doing that, then they're just browsing the internet and they're never going to spend money with you anyway. Totally neglect those people. But for the vast majority of other people, they are looking for an answer, specifically one that maybe your company can provide. So Google has to give some kind of result. So when you type in your query, it's going to give you what it thinks is the best possible answer. Believe it or not, it's actually not that hard to usually beat out those pages, especially in more niche industries that aren't digital marketing, where we already know how important it is. It is not that hard to compete on Google and rank on Google for whatever keywords and key terms that you're looking for. Why is that? Because most people don't understand that content is king, and creating content allows you to be found online. It's really that simple. So what we do is we help create more content for your agency, typically on blogs, where people can go on Google and search and ultimately find your business. Now, are they always going to buy? No, probably not. But if you answer their problems and provide value before you work on getting a sale, you are absolutely going to eventually get more sales. And think about it, right? If you can get to the top of Google and you can get 100 people each month to visit that link, and that's a pretty low ballpark number, but let's just say 100 people, right? Maybe 10 to 20% of those people actually want your services, but they want to do homework first. Nobody just goes out and buys a car on a whim. They're going to go home and do homework. Same thing when they make any other purchase out there. Heck, even cell phones. Do I really need the best iPhone? Is the newest iPhone really that good? What case do I need? Well, what are you actually using it for, right? Are you going to drop it in a pool? Or are you going to drop it off of a building, right? Whatever it may be, you're constantly, and people are constantly out there searching things online. That is just the nature of the beast. That's how people operate. And Google, and Bing too, but mainly Google, these people are typing in all day long. And ultimately, our job as a content marketing agency is to help you show up online first, or at least on the first page of Google. If we can get there, chances are pretty good we can get in the top 3 spots on Google. But essentially, we're going to go help create content for you or your business and start creating and creating and creating. Now, the process does take a little while. Usually takes between 3 and 6 months before you really start to see any results, and typically about 1 year for the results to kick in. I know it's a long time period, but you got to remember, Google doesn't really know you. They don't really trust you. And ultimately, there's other people that created content before you. So why should they just bump them off to put you up there, right? Google has to verify and make sure that, hey, you are who you say you are. The content is what you say the content is. And you're not going to scam people, because if you scam people, Google's going to be pissed, and quite honestly, they're just going to tank your rankings. So all of those things have to come into play for you to start ranking. But here's the beautiful part. Once you create content, and you could do this at home, you could go learn how to write blogs, and quite honestly, it's not that hard. If you just write a blog a week, chances are pretty good you're going to start ranking for some blogs. But if you could go online or hire somebody to create this content for you, help your ideal customer find you, and give them a nice, easy, but firm call to action saying, hey, if this happens to you, or if this seems like too much work, right? I could teach anybody how to power wash. 9 times out of 10, most people aren't going to do it. They just want to know that the company that they're hiring knows what they're doing and knows that they're not going to get screwed, essentially, by hiring that company. So by creating this content and things like that, builds confidence, allows the customer to know, hey, you can solve their problem, and ultimately then that customer, now with the strong call to action, will give an email address or a contact information, so that way we can reach out to them and help set up appointments for our customers. Now, we're not setting up appointments for our customers. What we can do is either automate that process or let our customers know, hey, by the way, so-and-so reached out to you. You probably want to call them back. It's just a great system. It works really, really well. It is a bit time consuming, but I always tell people it's like a rusty faucet. It's really hard to get your first couple drips of water out. But when you do, you start to taste it and it feels really, really good. You're going to keep opening it and create more and more content. And ultimately, once you start that content flow and lead generation flow, it's pretty hard to turn off because you're going to have so much content out there ranking for you. So at the end of this, you might be thinking, well, Harrison, how much content should I make? I typically tell people the absolute bare minimum is 2 blogs per month. I'd really love to see people make 4 blogs per month, but for really overzealous people, try to write 2 or 3 a week. That is a great number. And here's why. If you write 1 every other week, right, there's 52 weeks in a year, you're going to write about 25 pieces of content. That's great. That's 25 new articles that Google could rank and show you online for. That's phenomenal. If you could write 1 every week, that's 52 articles. If you could double that, that's 104, and so on and so forth. That's more content, more words that Google can realize, and ultimately more opportunities for Google to show you. Now, how much content do you need to actually write? Varies tremendously on your industry. Smaller industries, less competitive, you might not need to write that much content. Bigger industries, more competitive, digital marketing, super competitive. You got to write a lot of content. So all of these different things come into play with how much content you actually need to write to help you rank your business. And over time, doing this over and over and over again will help generate more customers. And then there's some fancy stuff we could do on the back end to help, kind of push people along and things like that. But ultimately, that's how it works. We help you create more content, typically blogs, to drive more visitors to your page who may be interested in buying, give them a nice strong call to action, and then grab their contact information so we could send them emails over and over and over again until either they buy or they've resolved their problem with or without your help. That's always a good thing. If they resolve their problem and you assisted, even if it was free information, that's always good because you are now a trusted advisor. And that's really content marketing at its heart. I hope this video helps. If you guys need help with your content marketing, feel free to reach out. Links will be down in the description down below. And this is just an overall general explainer of what content marketing is, how it helps, and ultimately, do you need it for your business? Could you use more customers? If the answer is yes, it's probably about time you might want to give us a call. We'll see you guys later. My name is Harrison Barron from Growth Generators. Bye.